Hi, my name is Mary. Thank you for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger so our everyday activities are just a little easier to do. Before you begin this or any other exercise program, you'll want to check with your doctor and he'll tell you exercises you should or shouldn't do. Then you'll want to wear loose, comfortable clothing so that you can move around without being restricted at all. Because we're going to do exercises at home, you want to look around at your environment and make sure there's nothing that you're going to crash into with your hands or your legs. And you'll want to make sure that you have water that you drink before, during, and after our time together. Now our moves want to be smooth and slow, so you don't want to jerk or force any movement at all. And if Alisa and I are working too quickly and you want to slow it down, you go right ahead. If we're working too slowly for you and you can pick up the pace in a very safe way, then you can go ahead and do that too. Okay? Now, it's important to breathe, and it's important to eat well because that gives your body the energy to exercise. And the whole key to being well and healthy is eating well and exercising, but you have to do it consistently and having a happy spirit. Speaking of happy spirits, let's meet Alisa.
I am so delighted to be here with Mary, who to me is a very happy spirit, and she always wants me to say what I like, so I like to eat. That's why exercise is good. And I like getting together with friends and practicing French.
Whoa!
All
right, Alisa, I didn't know. Oh, this is great. Well, that is fantastic. Now, today we're going to be working with paper plates. If you don't have any paper plates, but you have like a tin pan, like for baking a pie, that would be okay. Or even if you have like a plastic plate, but you want to make sure that the bottom isn't going to catch on the carpet because we're going to be sliding it side to side. So you can have anything. You can have little tiny plates, or you can have animal plates, or holiday plates, whatever you'd like. And we're going to be holding the plates. Now the plates are pretty tiny, so for some people holding onto tiny stuff really hurts, like their thumbs and their fingers. So you can put on gloves, and then you can hold the plate, and that makes it feel a little more secure. Of course, also, if you had a paper plate and you didn't have gloves and your hands did hurt, there's another little trick you can do. You can take your paper plate and you can make little tiny 1, 2, 3, 4 little rips in it. I have to make the 4th rip. And then you can stick your fingers right through some of them. There you go. And then you just don't have to hold the plate at all with your hand closed. Okay? So one way or another, you can do this exercise, no excuses. Now, if you have a wooden floor or if you have a tile floor, sliding the plate across the floor might, especially, of course, you probably don't have any dirt on your floor, but sometimes I do. And so the dirt can get dragged across the floor. We don't want that. So if you have a tile floor or a wooden floor, you could take a face cloth or a dish towel and then put your foot on that and drag across. Or you could use a napkin or just anything so that your foot can glide across the surface, okay? All righty. So what we're gonna do is get our arms and legs and fingers, especially because they'll be holding the plate, all warmed up. So we're gonna sit nice and tall, and we sit with our buttocks towards the edge of the chair. That will allow our legs a lot more freedom to move. If you say, oh, you know, I can't sit to the edge of my chair, and you'll notice that we have sturdy chairs without any rollers or rockers, so we have a nice sturdy chair, you could take a pillow and put it behind your back, and that will help you stay more towards the front of your chair. And it's very, very comfortable on your back. And that way your buttocks can stay towards the front of the chair, you can sit nice and tall, and you can move those legs with great ease. So we're ready to get warmed up. Are you ready, Alisa?
I'm ready.
Okay. So in the beginning, we're just going to move our fingers out and in. There you go. That's it. And then we're going to hold our fingers straight and bring them out and together. Super. Now we're just going to bring the pointer and the thumb. Great. Now we're going to bring the middle finger and the thumb. And then we're going to bring the ring finger and the thumb. And finally, it's the baby finger and the thumb. And then we'll bring all the fingertips together and open. Together and open. So we're really getting our fingers warmed up. That's it. Now we're going to relax our hands and make a tiny claw. Open and claw. Open. Can you feel how you use different muscles with this?
Does.
A tiny little claw. Now we're going to make a claw and then a fist. Claw, fist, open. Claw, fist, open. Claw, fist, open. Last time, claw and fist and open. Now we shake the hands out. I could really feel that.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to work the wrist because we're really going to be working that plate. So our wrist, palms down and up and down. Now all this time our bellies are in, our shoulders are relaxed and down, and our heads are high. So it's like taking the lid off. There you go. Now hold the hands down, bring the thumbs up, and sweep the fingers out. It's kind of like a cupboard door. There you go. Perfect. So we're working the wrists. That's great. Excellent. Now we're going to make a nice circle. Circle. My job when my mother baked cakes was to get a can of Crisco, which was a big old can, and take wax paper, go around the Crisco can and put it on the pan that was going to have the cake, and then reverse. And then I had to shake flour in the pan. Did you ever? That's a long process, I'll tell you. And so this is what it reminds me of, taking the wax paper and going around into the can of Crisco. And then you're going to shake those hands and wrists out. So we went from the fingers to the wrist to the elbow. So we're going to bring our hands down, and we're going to bring our thumbs right up to the shoulder and down, shoulder and down. So we're working our elbow. Now we're going to work the elbow another way, which is a little odd, and this is called a lateral curl. We're going to bring our thumbs right up to our shoulders. We're going to straighten the hands, and we're going to bring the thumbs forward and bring the pinkies out. So it's a wide arc. Can you feel that a little differently?
Very.
So it's still a bicep curl, but this is a lateral curl because it's going out to the side rather than the front or back. So again, we're still working that elbow, still working that elbow. Great job. Great, excellent. That's excellent. Now we're going to hold the hands down. We're going to work the elbow again, rotating the thumbs in, leaning forward a little bit, rotating the thumbs forward. We're going to bring the thumbs right to the shoulders again, but this time we're going to push the hands back and rotate the palms up. Thumbs in, palms back and up. There you go. So we're working the elbows again. This time our elbows are behind us, but we're still working the elbows. Can you feel that a little bit? Great. Excellent. So we're working the elbows 3 different ways, bending the arm to the front, out to the side, and to the back. I can feel that.
Stretch.
And then relax the hands down. So we've done fingers, wrist, elbows. Now we're going to the shoulders. So we'll pull the shoulders up and relax them down. Pull the shoulders up and relax them down. One more time. Now, I can tell you a little trick that might help a lot. So we'll do it a couple more times because I just heard Alisa doing this, which is perfect. We breathe in as we pull the shoulders up. So that was good. That just reminded me. Pull the shoulders up and let them relax. Ah, that's a good de-stressor. Thank you, Alisa. Pull the shoulders up, breathe in, relax the shoulders. Ah, doesn't that feel great?
Oh, wonderful.
Pull the shoulders up and relax the shoulders down. Ah. Now we're going to pull the shoulders up, and then we're going to push the shoulders back and slide them down into our hip pockets. Pull the shoulders up and slide them back and down. And we can do breathing. Breathe in as the shoulders come up. Breathe out, ah, as we relax the shoulders down. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Ah, that's great. That was terrific.
Very nice.
Now we're going to open the chest and open the back. So there's lots of different ways we can do it. The first one is going to be to bring our hands up by our shoulders and bring the elbows up. And then we're going to try to bring the hands up, bring the elbows together, which opens up the back, and then bring the elbows back as far as we can go. Can you feel that back tighten up?
Yeah.
Good. I'll show you from the side. Bring the elbows forward, and then bring the elbows back as far as you can go, squeezing those shoulder blades. This is good for posture. Bringing the shoulders in front and try to keep them in line with the chest and shoulders. And again, we can incorporate breathing with this. Open up and breathe out. Ah. Breathe in and breathe out. Ah. One more time. I am so glad Alisa did that breathing part. And relax the hands down. Because when you incorporate breathing and exercising, it makes all the exercises a little more, because you're incorporating breathing. So when you exhale, your muscles do tend to relax. So we worked our back and chest by bringing the shoulders forward and back. Now we're going to do a little rotation. So we're going to bring the hand across the body, and this other hand shoots up diagonally and pulls back. And when we turn the head and look back, and then use our eyeballs to look even further, that's even greater. And then we slowly come back to center. Good job. Crossing the body, thumb up, pulling that arm up and back. It's a diagonal move, and then we turn our heads, and we look back and reach back, 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 and then we come back to center. Ah. So now we're going to work our hips. Okay? So we're going to lean forward just a little bit and back just a little bit. Good job. Forward just a little bit and back just a little bit. So because we're at the edge of our chair, this allows us to go back further. If we were sitting with our back to the back of the chair, this would be really hard because we couldn't get that range of motion. So this is great. And then we hold it center, and we're going to go side to side, reaching one hand down, then bringing these fingers up to the shoulder and stretch right up to the sky. So we feel a nice stretch on the side of the waist. Then we come back to center and reach down with this arm and bring the other hand right up to the shoulder and stretch right up to the sky. So we have one hand reaching down and one hand reaching up. Excellent. And slowly come back to center. You're doing great. Now the hips. We're going to bring the leg out and in just a little. Out and in, out and in. We're nice and tall. So we're getting that hip joint moving. That's it. Good job. And again, we start small, and then when we put the paper plate under our foot, we will be flying. So we're getting the hip joint now. Now we're going to work the knee. We're going to bring our feet together and push the heel front and back. So now we're working the joint of the knee. Excellent. You've got it. We are going to be really ready for our paper plates, I'll tell you that. Good. And then we hold our feet together. We're going to lift our heels up and then push the toes up and lift the heels up and push the toes up. Now we're going to stay up on our toes. Sweep the heels out and in and out and in and out and in, and push the heels down. Lift the toes up, out and in. Whoa, I really felt that stretch in my feet. Out and in, and you are done. Now I am all ready for my plate. How about you?
All right, I have nice plates.
So we're going to grab our paper plates. I think I'll grab the funny little animals.
They're cute.
All right. Oh boy, I have one up and one down. All right. Here we go. So we're going to put our plates together. Here we go. And we're going to hold them by the sides. And all we do is we're like a steering wheel. We're driving down the road. Oh, what a lovely day. It's spring and the crocus are out and the daffodils are out. Or it could be fall and leaves are turning a lovely color. But we're happy to be driving down the road. Good. There you go. Now, what we're going to do is be the zoom lens on a camera. So we're going to bring the plates close to our chest, and then we're going to lean forward a little and reach. so we look like the zoom on a camera. There you go. Good job. That's excellent. Leaning and reaching. Good job. Leaning and reaching. Excellent. Now what we're going to be is on a submarine, you know that little hole that they climb up out of? We're going to do that. So we're going to stretch up and down. Good. Periscope, that's what I'm looking for, the periscope. It goes right up and looks around and sees what's going on. So we're getting our shoulders all warmed up. Great job. Stretching up as far as you can go. Now we're going to try to hold the plates right up over our heads. And we're going to bend the elbows, try to bring the plates behind you. I'll show you from the side. The plates come down behind the head and right up to the sky. Down behind the head and right up to the sky. Down behind the head and right up to the sky. One more time. And then bring your plates all the way down. Ah, I felt that. Okay, one plate in each hand. What's going to happen with these is these plates are actually going to create a small degree of resistance, okay? So it's easier if your fingers are on the inside of the plate and your thumb is on the out. Good. But whatever works for you is okay. So we're going to start nice and easy, bringing the arms open and closed. Good. So we start nice and easy. Our elbows are bent. That way we're protecting the shoulder. Now we're going to go a little faster and a little faster. Can you feel the resistance? Yeah. A little bit of resistance. And for Alisa and me, it's great because we're fanning each other. And that cool air feels fabulous. And then relax down. Good. One hand up, and then when that hand comes down, the other hand goes up. Great job. Excellent. Good. Good. Now, when we go faster, we're going to make the range of motion smaller. So we're going to go a little faster, but not all the way up and not all the way down. The movement's coming from the shoulder. We're feeling the resistance of the plate. Can you feel that a little bit? Good. 4, 3, 2, and done. Wow, I'm going to give my upper body a break. So we simply place our hands on our plates and slide our hands over our knees. Good. And this stretches out our back and it also stretches out our arms. Slowly we slide up. Good. Then we bring the plates outside. Slide outside the knee all the way down. There you go. And slowly, slowly come up. Good work. Breathe in, long spine, flat back, folding from the hinge on the hips. And slowly up. One more time, please. Ah, and again, let's do it a couple times and incorporate our breathing. Breathing in. Ah, breathing out. I am so glad you breathed, Alisa. Ah, and one more time. Ah. And then slowly come back to center. So that gave our hands a nice little rest. Okay, are you ready to work the feet? So we place them down, and then we move anything that might be on the floor. And again, this is a great time to have a little water. Ah, and of course, you'll want to be drinking water even if we're not. Drinking water is very important. It's even important for the skin, believe it or not. Okay, so we're just going to put our toe, just the toe on the paper plate. And the reason is, if I'm sliding my plate out and I lose it and I'm going, whoa, if I put my heel down, that will stop the plate. And then bring it right back in. Good job. So we're nice and tall. And again, when you do an exercise, when you do the exercise the first or second time, you always want to start with a small range of motion. And then when the muscles are all warmed up, then you can get bigger. So we'll start small, just sliding the plate out and in. So we go out and in, and our bodies are nice and tall, and it feels fabulous. Good job. Sliding out and in. So this is working the joint of the hip. Good. There you go. That's right. Now you're going to see if you can bring your leg out a little more. And out a little more. Good job. So now we're working the knee and the hip. We're sliding it out, and then we're bringing it right back in. There you go, sliding it out. Good job. Can you feel this in the whole leg?
Yeah.
Good, and then relax it right back down. Now, we've been pushing down on the ball of the foot. Now we're going to push our heel on it. Oh, my plate did a little flipper-doodle there. All right. So, you have to actually press down. Like if you slide your leg out and you don't keep your foot down, the plate's going to go flying. So we have to kind of push down on the plate as we slide one leg front. Good, and the other leg front. So when we were pushing down with the ball of the foot, we felt different muscles in the lower leg work than when we're doing this, pushing down with the heel. So even though we're working the muscles of the thighs and the joint of the knee, a lot's going down below the knee that's really working hard. Whoop, whoop. There we go. That's what happens if you don't keep that heel pressed out. Whoop. Okay, one more time. Now we're going to go quickly. 1 and 2 and 3, and you might want to lean back a little. If you lean back a little, it takes a little pressure off. There you go, and now you're working your stomach, and now you're done. Whew. That was pretty hard. Okay, we're going to let one foot relax and have the ball of the foot on one, and we're going to make a little circle with our plate. Oh boy. There you go. So the circle is coming from the joint of the knee, and the ball of the foot is pressed down. Very nice. Then we're going to go in reverse. So we're going to go the other way. Oh, brother. There we go. Good work. Beautiful. And then relax the foot down. And then you're going to do the other foot. So when you do one foot and then the other, sometimes that's good for your body that you're not always doing two things, 2 hands, 2 feet. When you work independently, that's very good for your brain and your body. So we're going to make a little tiny circle, and you can make a bigger circle if you want. It's all up to you. It's your circle and your exercise time with us, so do your best. And of course, you can be creative as long as you're safe. And then we'll go in reverse. Then we go the other way. Whoop. Doggone it. I've got a hard plate here. There you go. And relax down. Wow. Could you feel that on your legs and feet?
Very nice.
That's a pretty tough one. But you did a great job with your paper plates. You're feeling okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we're going to fan ourselves because we worked out hard and now we need a nice stretch. And we're going to fan each other because everybody worked hard. There you go. Excellent. And we're going to hold the plates. And this time we're going to lean back a little bit. So our buttocks are towards the edge of the chair. And as we lean back, we're going to put our paper plates forward. Good. So when you lean back, you're working the stomach. Okay. Now when we come up, we're going to stretch our arms right over our head. So we're going to sit nice and tall. There you go. Now lean all the way back to the back of your chair. Doesn't that feel great?
Yeah.
Now we're going to use our stomach muscles, and up we come. That's it. And lean back using those stomach muscles. And we can use our breath too. Here we go. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. Use your stomach muscles. Good job. Very, very nice. Stretch and lift and lean back. That's it. Stretch and lift and lean back. Good job. One more time. Use those stomach muscles to come up and lean back. Good job. Now we're going to get a nice stretch. Sitting nice and tall. We're going to hold our plates, and with this hand, we're going to pull the plates over to the side, turn and look. Coming back to center. Now with this hand, you're going to pull the plates and turn and look. So turning sideways is really an important exercise because we do it all the time. Slowly come back to center. Now we're going to make a figure 8. So we go down and around and down and around. And we can start with just the arms, and then we can add the body. So we're getting a nice easy stretch, And we're working the arms and the torso and the shoulders. Great job. Let's do 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Wow, that was pretty good. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Good. Okay, so we're going to put our plates down because they've been the fingers have been tightened up so much around the plates. Then we want to get a stretch, a nice stretch. So this time we're going to put our hands together. Our shoulders are back and down. This hand is going to try to push the fingers over to the other side. Can you feel that a little bit? Yeah. Now, if you use your head and turn and look, good job. Coming back to center, point the fingers to the other side. This hand is the bully. It's kind of pushing there, but we don't like bullies, so we're going to take care of that. Turn and look, and come back to center, and just the fingers go. See, so there's no bully. Everybody shares. Now, just your fingertips touch. You're going to bring your palms together and push away. And if you look like this, it looks like a spider doing push-ups on a mirror, doesn't it? Well, maybe not exactly. Okay, then we interlace our fingers and push away. Our shoulders are relaxed and down. Everybody did such a good job today. And we appreciate you joining us. So we're going to shake all our muscles out. Do a great big breath in, breathing good and happy thoughts. And as you exhale, know one thing for sure, all will be well. Yippee! Great job. Drink your water.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.